Hello everyone and welcome for this new video. This episode is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to show you how I make a painting tutorial. So it's going to be a making of. Let's do it. Before we start, if you don't already follow me on Instagram, you have to, because I share with you there every day, so hope to see you there. Alright, so this making of is going to be focused on my future color theory course, just so that you have an idea of why it's taking me so much time to finish it. Color is a very complicated subject, so I don't want to make it more complicated to understand for you. I really need to focus on the practical applications of color theory. And yeah, it's not an easy task, so I hope that by showing you the making of, this is going to give you an idea of what's involved. Let's do this. So it all starts with the research. I have to read a lot, but I don't take for granted what the book says about color theory. I just read them and sort of see if it fits my approach and what I consider an artistic approach to color theory. So I have to find sources. This one is it's a very well-known source, but for instance, I refer to it, but I disagree on many points. Even just this color wheel that I just consider to be wrong. And this is one of the most famous and well-known color wheels. But just starting with this, I can't accept this, but I have to know about this and I have to know about the implications. So the research goes further than simply reading and digesting everything. So the second stage is to try to find examples. So this is a painting, for instance, that I try to analyze. So I have my own model. I don't use models from other sources. I created my own color wheels just to have a better understanding. I created everything from scratch. Nothing that I do in this new course is going to be taken from another source. Every single thing is by me. So I have my own color models with my own research. This took me a while, and I've been working on this for a very long time. So this is going to be included in the course. So the research is not just about the reading, it's also about my own experimenting. Also, a couple of months ago on YouTube, I asked the community to give me suggestions and feedback on how the course should articulate theory and practice, and I had some awesome suggestions, so I took that in consideration. So it's not just me giving back color theory that I've learned in a school or in books. It's really a new construction and a new vision, very unique. Now, after the research, I have to do all the writing, and I have to find I write in French at first and then translate it in English. I just find it easier this way. Now, after the writing, I have to do the illustration shots. By illustration shots, I mean all types of shots that illustrate what I'm saying, because if I'm only saying it, it's not necessarily going to work really well. So I always like to have illustrations. If I can't have illustrations, I'll create a sort of highlight text. And this takes a long time as well, because everything has to be coded, and you have to explain, you have to write the text on everything. Now, the next step is to shoot and record the footage for the demonstrations, and this is where I had the most work to do, because, well, I do have to paint, I have to record my palette, and I have to explain the entire process. And for that, I don't have a script before I do the painting. I have to do the painting first, and then I explain my process after the painting is done. So I often change my mind because I really want to find the best demonstration. And this is the most crucial part. I really need to find a demonstration that clearly applies to most painting situations. I don't want to give you color theory and say, well, good luck with that. I always have to find a way to explain things and show you and demonstrate how they actually apply. So for instance, right here, I'm setting up a still life to show how you can create realistic colors and what are my strategies for mixing and getting realistic colors. But color theory is not just about recreating realistic colors, it's also about inventing like new colors or pushing the boundaries of color. So I also have to show you how to transform real colors into imaginary colors, or colors that are more than real colors that you will transform. And for that, there's a lot of theory involved in this. Yeah, this is definitely the most crucial and complicated part, and I do have to put a lot of care in this one. And I decided to divide this part into still life, portraiture or human figure, and landscape, so that you have all the main elements of figurative painting. So once this is done, I can start doing my voiceover, and I just read my script in this microphone, and then I have to edit it in my editing software. So this is the next step. Alright, so once everything is done and once all the footage in the voiceover is captured, then it's the editing, and this is the longest part because well, as you can see right here, this is just chapter 1, and every little thing is a piece of content that I have to add to my my course. So everything right here, this is the video part, and this is the audio. This type of tool can only be an obstacle to creativity. And I have to put everything together. I have to synchronize everything, put all the text. So everything, all the illustrations that I have is right here. So it's a very ambitious project. As you can see, there's tons of information all over the place, and it's a pretty complicated project. Let's just say that. So this is the final part where I take the most time. At this point, I still need to record one demonstration and finish the editing for most of the demonstrations. Now, as I said, this is the most crucial part. The theory, it's fine. You can be as nerdy as you want. It's just the theory. But once you really start to think, well, all right, so I talked about all this theoretical stuff, but how does it really affect my way of painting? Because when I do paint, I never think about the theory. So how do you put the theory in the practice? That's really the complicated and tricky part. So I had to use my own material and think about and do the material based on my own way of working with colors. Yeah, this is what's taking me the longest, I have to say. And yeah, the final thing, which well, is kind of optional, but I really want to make things right, is to create all the finishing stuff, polishing everything and making sure that the quality of the video is perfect. I'm also creating music. It's just like atmospheric music for the background. It's not like actual musical piece, but I like to compose like very simple chords to just be an atmospheric piano in the background here and there. So I do that on this MIDI keyboard. I record this on my computer as well. And yeah, after that, it's all about the finishing. Just like for a painting, the last details, all the transitions, making sure that everything has the right quality, and that there are no like errors here and there, and that everything is perfect. I also have to work on the subtitles. I also have to work on the chapters so that you can switch chapters. So yeah, you know, there's a lot of steps involved, and yeah, that's why it's a lot of work. It's a very ambitious project, so I'm not gonna give you a launch date yet, because I don't know when exactly I'm gonna be able to finish it. Alright, so I hope that this gave you a better idea of how I do my videos. My regular YouTube videos, I don't put as much work, but like the painting process and the editing software, it's always sort of the same thing, so it's still every week it's a lot of work to do, but I really enjoy doing it, and with time and experience I became way more advanced in the editing process, so I can make things really fast. I'm not creating these very fancy things, but I can at least like put all the pieces together in a decent amount of time. Alright, I'll see you for the next video. I'll see you on Instagram. If you don't follow me there, you really need to follow me because I share with you there every day. Until then, have fun painting, have fun drawing. Bye.